Welcome everyone to the LI Sports Network for a special edition of the MCHC All-Star event here at the America Dream Rink. Yes, it's an ice rink inside of a mall. And a breakdown for any of those who might have missed it, it's going to be 3-on-3 for 3 different games, starting off with the Atlantic East versus the Metro North. Quick shot on goal and a better save will start off the game. Going to have a running clock as well. Taking a look at the Atlantic Division representatives, Stony Brook, Fairfield, Hofstra, Strong Island, Rutgers, Sacred Heart University, and Stevens. For the Metro Division, WestCon, NJIT, SHU, Sacred Heart University, Part 2. St. Thomas Aquinas, Yeshiva, KP, and NY Maritime as well rounds out that Metro Division. We saw Fairfield take the championship not long ago. This league a lot bigger than it was last year as well. Obviously had a lot of extra teams joining over from the AAU league. Teams like Stony Brook, Hofstra, Strong Island, Rutgers all coming over, making it so much more competitive. As a shot from the right circle, didn't get a lot on it. Last year, Sacred Heart University were a dominant force. Now tested, battle-hardened a little bit more with the extra teams to compare themselves to. As a WestCon representative getting it and whipping it down the sheet. Shots even at 1-1 apiece right now. Taking a look at the champion Sacred Heart University and their all-stars. Jeremiah Ryan, number 8, number 24, Zach McLeod, number 17, Brandon Purz, number 31, Jonathan Vitti, number 10, Jack Reed, number 27, Ryan Martin. So they have plenty in attendance for today's game. Obviously, they were the champions on the other side of the conference. The Metropolitan Division champions, while Fairfield on the other side of the bracket took it in the Atlantic Division. As another shot will be saved. Jonathan Vitti on the left side of your screen. In all-star events, usually best goalie tends to win the whole thing. Forwards and defensemen can't exactly play like this was a real hockey game, or at least tend not to, as we'll trade saves back and forth now, 3 aside. With it now, McLeod. Pulls it around one. McLeod into the offensive end, leaves it behind for his teammate in real life as well. Good stick check, and Ryan couldn't do much with it. It's all the way back down for Vitti. We will see the Atlantic West take on the Metro South in the upcoming game. Winner of both of these games will play in the final. Rush up ice, Vitti trying to cut it off. Taken away down low by McLeod. Long shot. Partial deflection and front pass. Backdoor, not gonna go. Good diving save. Matarazzo across the blue line, leaves it behind. Good angle on the shot, one more pass. It's tipped away. Back to the other side for the Atlantic squad. Turned over on the rush. Matarazzo just choosing to play it out. Handed off down low, halfway through. Again, running clock here between the Atlantic East and Metro North. One hand drag towards the net. Sanderson trying to cut it off. Turn the corner anyways. Backhand feed towards the middle. Tied up. Puck comes free. Out towards the blue line and now turned over. Gerstein with it. Trying to drag through the triangle, was poked off his stick. Still no goals here. 7 shots through the first 7 minutes. Either side with a rush opportunity either. Huang. Down at the goal line, pass will go to the far point. Walk down for another shot, rebounds. Taken away. Rush up ice, Zimmerman will get it with some room. Zimmerman trying for, looked like the 5-hole on that wrist shot in tight. Ryan open for the pass, he'll get it. Looking for the give and go. Turned right back over. Vitti steering that puck down low, turned right back over for Zimmerman. Shot it above the crossbar into the end boards. Someone's got to tell one of these teams, you got to score in order to win here in the All-Star game. Plenty of open ice, 3-on-3. Pass, that was backdoor, tipped away by McLeod. Here comes a good rush. Shot whistles through the blue paint. Under 3 to play. Back for McLeod again. Sauce the pass forward. Matarazzo had it poked off his stick. Razo now trying to challenge. Turned away by Sanderson. Feeds it out in front. Shot tipped wide. Room now. Quick one. That'll go in. Atlantic onto the board first. Now putting the pressure on the Metro North team. Fetter giving it over to Sanderson in the slot. One more pass. Down low. Shut down. Over on the right post. Gerstein looking for the poke down low. Razo will help him out. Sanderson giving the pass behind. Vitti will go out of the net. Ryan will join the fray. Ryan almost got it backdoor opportunity. Razo will miss the cage wide and will go down for an icing. Flipped up to the blue line. Ryan gloves it down, looking for the pass off over to McLeod. Shot over to the right side. Not going to go. Kept alive. Zimmerman trying to tie it up, and he'll send it at the empty net. And that'll do it. First game will go in the favor of the Atlantic East over the Metro North. We'll see the Metro South versus the Atlantic West coming up next. Atlantic West versus Metro South. Two teams on the ice now. Some more Fairfield representation and Rutgers representation on this team. Pass in front of Pippo, and he has to make a quick save. The St. Thomas Aquinas goaltender has been dominant for a couple of years now, helping his team to back-to-back finals. Haven't been able to get over the hump against Sacred Heart University, but nonetheless, still an impressive feat in order to get to the finals. Von Aaron, drag shot, Pippo is saved. Rebound taken away by his defensive core. Pass sent out. Puck rimmed around. Von Aaron has it. He'll start the skate up ice. Veronikov hanging around at the blue line. Von Aaron will go in. Gerstein looking for the feed. It was shut down. 2-on-1 back the other way. Veronikov the man there. Trying to get Van Aaron to take the pass. Almost over to the back door. Back for Sorkin and Veronikov. Over to Sorkin. Looking once again for the pass off the pads against Pippo. Good rebound control. Will send it up to the blue line. Pass, middle, shot, Pippo the save. Reiger with the opportunity on the doorstep. Turnover at the blue line will get called offside, so no opportunity there. Another test for Pippo. Couldn't find this one. Atlantic West will take the first tally. Wraparound attempts. Looked good for a second. Atlantic West on the rush, taken right back by Metro. Long shot will be roofed into the protective netting here. Just about halfway through this game. Veronikov. He'll wrap around the cage. Poked off his stick, but got it into space. Sorkin sauces it, middle, tapped in. Van Aaron with the goal. 2-0 now for Atlantic West. Van Aaron with some more speed down the middle, poked off his stick. Veronikov twists it, was looking for Sorkin. Halfway through this game, it's a nice 2-0 lead for the Atlantic West. Drop pass not going where it was intended. Sauced all the way up for Sorkin, but just past his tape. Full Rutgers line out right now. Campbell gets it to his tape. Tried to take the step around Burgeon, excuse me. Back for the Metro South in need of 2 goals in order to tie this up. Outlet for Campbell went through his tape. No icing. Pippo trying to protect the puck. Burgeon out to his teammate. And that's an easy tuck on the fancy hands. MCHC will get that goal. 2-1 now the score. Campbell trying to get back to the 2-goal lead. Drags it middle. Pippo save. Rebound. Shoveled wide. More opportunities in front of Pippo. He'll slide over to his left and cut them off. MCHC another opportunity. Fiddles with it. Looked for the tic-tac-toe play, not going to get it. Other opportunity. One-on-one with Pippo, in on net, got it as it was just sliding over to the right post. MCHC, he has his head up the ice. Another good chance, shot fanned on. Poggi wasn't able to get anything done there. He'll go back over to the bench. 3 minutes to play. McNamara shovels that one behind. Skate down the other way, a little bit of speed. Pucked, awkward Karam, feed shut down, and they got back in time. Held alive, under 3 left. McNamara sends it up to the neutral zone. Wraparound attempt. Sorkin was trying to get his stick on it. Has to get there. Not in time. Game tied up at 2 now. Chance for Sorkin. It goes. The Stony Brook representative getting the tuck. In the final 2 minutes, putting his team back up by 1. 5-hole nonetheless. Has to be a quick rush. Yeshiva looking for it. They got it. 2 Yeshiva players. Tied at 3 with 60 seconds left. Can the Metro South find one more goal to complete the comeback? Good takeaway, backdoor feed, one more to the middle. It was deflected wide. Atlantic West now on the rush, 2-on-1. Top shelf. That'll do. Thank you very much, Mr. Campbell. Offside's called. That will pause the clock. Once again, the goalie pulled for Metro. Trying to flag it down, but the puck will come out. 5 seconds remain. Maybe a desperation shot. Offsides will pause the clock with 2 seconds now. One last desperation attempt, and that will do it. Atlantic West take the second game. For the final, we got Atlantic West taking on the Metro North. Here in the MCHC All-Star Game. Long pass ahead. McNamara. He'll loop the cage. Across the blue line now, McNamara has the feeding option. Oh, what a save! McNamara trying to find it at the near point. Long pass ahead. Vorotnikov will get a stick on it. Biddy leaving it down low. Noah Barr gets it to the far boards. Left for Van Aren. To Vorotnikov. Has 3 defenders in front of him. He'll try to blitz up the left side. Vorotnikov on the shot. Rims around the boards, will go all the way back to his own end. Van Aren will go there. Shots 1-0 in favor of the Atlantic West. Vorotnikov, fancy feet. Poked off his stick. Here's Sorkin. He'll curl, find some room with Van Aren down low. Shot save by Vitti. He'll keep it alive, leaving it behind him. Sorkin stepping in front of that pass was intended for Noah Barr. Check from behind, and Barr has it. Could turn this into a 2-on-1. Barr, power move, middle, shot save made, and it stays out. Another chance for the Rutgers line. They get it done. First goal of the finals. Atlantic West up by 1. McLeod will try to blitz with speed up the right side. Gets it in. Looking for the battle over in the corner. Lost his stick. Campbell going out to help his teammate. Reiger, fanned on the shot. Campbell, the follow-up. Save made. Campbell on the rebound. Look for the Michie. Another shot snapped above the crossbar. That will spin around the boards and out of the zone. McLeod will get in on the forecheck. 8 minutes to play. Here in the third game, Atlantic West taking their matchup versus Metro South. Metro North taking their matchup against Atlantic East. McLeod sets up one-timer. Feder couldn't get it to go. Reiger looking for the clear. Bounces down below the goal line. McNamara coming over the boards now as well. Here comes McNamara. Cuts it towards the middle. Overskated it. Sent in now. Biddy making another save. Trying to keep his team in this one. 5 shots for Atlantic West. Metro North just have 2. Haven't gotten on the scoreboard either. McNamara, another long-range wrister. A howitzer from the neutral zone. Van Aaron looking for the takeaway. Banks it off the boards. McNamara back to Van Aaron. A little too much mustard on the pass. Deflects it towards the cage with his skate. Biddy will cover up with the glove, and we'll take a face-off. Bar and in. The Long Island line getting it done once more. Von Aaron Vorotnikov, as well as the captain for the Seawolves. Sorkin will go to the face-off. It's one back. Sorkin and Vorotnikov trading places. They'll feed Van Aaron with speed. Scanning for options. Van Aaron to the middle on the backhand. It was a slider. Closing up the 5-hole is Vitti. Van Aaron, good edge work. Sorkin to Vorotnikov. Back to Vorotnikov. Sticked up now by Ryan. Looks to exit out of the zone and forces it all the way down. Wrist shot. Vorotnikov got a piece of it and deflected it into the netting. Metro North looking for one, but it's the Rutgers line out again. They'll do some good work. Campbell had an impressive tuck in the last game. Gets the feed a little too strong. Ryan comes in trying to scoop it off the stick. Finds some trouble in the neutral zone. He's back to Bergen. For Ryan. Has Barr out there as the third man. Ryan gliding. Back now for Atlantic West. Campbell will retreat to the neutral zone. Better good defense. Noah Barr looking for the takeaway, got past him. Campbell, looked at redirect it for a fancy angle. 3:35 remaining. Barr was trying to rush and he will. Here comes Barr. Shot goes above the crossbar into the end boards. Not out of the zone just yet. Barr looking for the lucky bounce, and it's going to be arced all the way out. Better. Push into the boards. McNamara comes in. Puck comes loose. Opportunity for a 3-goal lead. The Atlantic West get it. Icing on the cake. Good moves from McLeod. Gives it back up to the blue line, looking for the return feed. Almost had it. Stretch pass, that'll go all the way down. No icing. Jack Perot getting the credit for that goal. McLeod creating a big rebound. McNamara, good stick work. Pokes it aside. Under 2 to play. The Atlantic West trying to close it out. Von Aaron already has a couple. Went behind the back. Von Aaron with it again. Looking to get it off. Given towards the high slot for Rotnikov. He'll find some room down low. Shot rebound created. Van Aaron couldn't get there in time. Rimmed off the boards. Rotnikov has it. Saucer. Van Aaron settles it. Fires over the crossbar. Rotnikov swoops in. Steals it. Poked off his stick. Van Aaron looking to swipe it back. Up to Sorkin. He'll settle it off the boards. Rolling puck. Dumps it over to the left wing corner for Rotnikov. Trades places with Sorkin. On the wrap now. Sorkin. Being shadowed. Give it off. Van Aaron turns the corner with room in the slot. A shot fired. Vidia save. Gets it into the glove. Clock will pause. Under a minute remaining. Van Aaron all alone, looking for it, glove save. Just 50 seconds left. The Metro North would need some lacrosse magic to make this happen. Poke check from behind for Sorkin, shuts down that rush. Now on the steal, Sorkin will go up ice. Van Aaron on his left hip. Sorkin driving, shot, he got a piece of it. Sorkin now at the blue line, curves. Backhand saucer, couldn't go through, but he'll flag that pass down. Sorkin for Rotnikov, one more. Van Aaron missed the net. Rotnikov twisted on the backhand. Sorkin, 5 seconds remaining. And the Atlantic West will get it done. 3-0 the final score against the Metro North. Carey will get that goal. Brennan Clayton, the other representative for NJIT. Fancy shot trying to catch the goalkeeper napping. Anton Martino, the final representative for NJIT. For Hofstra, they have James Van Aaron and Matthew Matarazzo. 2-on-1. Down low. What a sprawling save for Pippo. Rush up the other way. Backhand try. Matarazzo had it, spiked it off below the goal line. He'll joust to try to get the puck out. Ryan alongside with him. Puck flipped over. Matarazzo has room on the left wing. That's across the blue line. Dicing it up, slides the pass left. Interruption partially. A lot of St. Thomas Aquinas players representing the Metro South team. Obviously, anytime you can make it to back-to-back finals, as St. Thomas Aquinas has done in the last 2 years, going to have some great players representing your squad. Sacred Heart University has beat them in both of those finals. Back the other way. Another good save for Pippo. Purrs trying to get onto it. Scooped up by the Metro South. Zimmerman wheeling in his own end. Zimmerman cuts through. Gliding off to the middle. He'll take another lap around. Rolls the pass left along the perimeter. Rutgers with a total of 5 representatives here as that shot on the backhand will go off to the right side. Purrs had it lost in his skates. He'll get helped out by one of his teammates. Zimmerman. Lots of room. Another good stop for Pippo, that time off the blocker. Zimmerman off the wall into the crease. Pippo had enough grip in order to hold on. Puck played out now. 6 shots for the Atlantic East compared to the 2 of the Metro South. Another rush coming through. Pippo, can you find it? It's 5-hole and in. Five minutes to play here in the 4th game of the day. Couple of ducks up the ice. Quick shot, another good stop from Pippo, getting over from his right to left. One-timer. Gerstein couldn't get enough on it to beat Pippo. Puck held up. Brought in by the Atlantic East. They have a 2-0 lead. Shot down low. Matarazzo creates a rebound. Punched over to the corner. Bergen gets it ahead for his captain. Fancy move through the feet. Not accomplishing much as the shot went off to the right side. Spit back out of the zone now. Save made by Pippo. On the breakout. Plenty of room for the one-on-one. The dangle. Too many handles. Pass towards the slot. One more. It sits free. And now played away by the Atlantic East. Tip in front of the cage that will glance high and into the protective netting. We'll take the face-off over on the right side. Bucks dropped and rotated around. Another wrister. Good stop. Ring off the crossbar and didn't go. Referees will wave it off. Another opportunity in front of the net. Still won't goal. The Metro East getting close, but no cigar. Looking for the backdoor feed. Not going to go. Chance for Zimmerman. He'll take this up the ice by himself. Zimmerman in on net. Shot glove save. Pippo doesn't want to see it go. Final opportunities for the Metro South. A good pass in front and a fancy backhand shot just wide. Gerstein. 25 seconds remain. Shot for a blocker stop for Pippo. Now with some traffic, Pippo will keep this one rolling. Played out and ahead. Chance with the expiring clock. Stevens will shut it down between two of their defenders and goalie. Clock expires 2-0. Atlantic East win over the Metro South. Now for the Metro North versus Metro South, it's Metro on Metro action. Some teammates getting to play each other. Maybe a little bit more relaxing than practices as well. Again, in this Metro division, it was Sacred Heart University taking another championship to the bank, beating the St. Thomas Aquinas Spartans in the finals. That game was seen earlier here on the LI Sports Network. Pouse out in front, not much doing. That one will ricochet wide. Opportunity right down the slot for Ryan. His shot saved by Pippo. Played out by Purs. And now looking for the shot on Vitti. We'll go over to the right side, covering up his post glove save. Rebound in front, makes another save and gets it covered up for the whistle. 2 minutes gone by here in game number 5. Metro North versus Metro South. Wraparound attempt for a between the legs shot. Vitti made the save. Puck still alive as well and in play. Turnover in the defensive end leads to another shot. Metro North has been determining the pace of play so far. Metro North in the white jerseys right now. Metro South in the dark. Still no score here between the two Metro teams. As Pippo will get that one underneath him. As the St. Thomas Aquinas players, that's the only time you're going to see any pushing, is when two teammates run into each other. Sanderson walks the puck right, breaking it down. Glides at the goal line. He'll take this all the way around the cage with 8 minutes remaining here in our 5th game. Sanderson back to it, slides it middle, hit off his skate blade and directed on Pippo. He'll get over in time to make the stop. Rimmed around the boards. Good extended possession for Metro South. Rush up the other way. Rolling puck in on net. Shut down on the backhand. Between the legs, not good either. Breakout pass. It's St. Thomas Aquinas on St. Thomas Aquinas, and Pippo will get the stop. Better. He wants a piece of Pippo. Another glove stop by the Stack goalie. Sanderson Had Pippo guessing that the puck caromed wide of the crease. Cut towards the middle. Defense was good with the stick work. Crisscross play up in the high slot pass. Goes through a lot of sticks right there. Almost looked like McLeod would have the opportunity to take it away. Put it behind him with 6 minutes remaining here in game number 5. Long pass out. Here's another one-on-one. Pippo, what can you do? Couple fakes. Pippo a poke check. Couple of players in, and the goalie was left out to dry. Ryan will get to celebrate. It's 1-0 now for Metro South. Gliding in is McLeod. Looking up high, he has Ryan. Dangles himself. Saucer feed. Fetter back to McLeod. Left it behind him. Pass out now. The feed was intended for Purs. Instead, it hit off the post. Purs back into the blue paint. Right leg save, excuse me. Purs intercepted by McLeod right in front of him. McLeod, he'll start to rush. Purs will let him go. Here comes McLeod. Not going to get it on net. As that puck will be tipped out of play by Ryan. 4:26 remaining here in the 5th game. Pippo had to look down low. Another quick one-timer. Ends up in the end boards. Metro South trying to hold on to this 1-0 lead. They're going to have to deal with Purs as he starts to turn up ice. Swoops it past the blue line. Purs in on his backhand. He scores. Only 3 minutes remaining here in the 5th game. As we got our second tally. Metro South back up by 1. Clock ticking down at 2 minutes now. One-on-one. Does Pippo have another? Shuts it down low, and a follow-up shot. He got a piece of it as well. Feed out to the middle. Ends up in the corner. Whipped all the way across. Noah Barr will let his teammate take over. Back over to Barr. Head of steam. Barr cuts front. Barr backhand. Couldn't get the shot off. Ricocheted off the end boards now. Sanderson, he's got room. He's got Barr. They got a goal. Desperation now for Metro North. Vitti doesn't want to give up a goal either. Flipped out, Pers. He's trying to hold on in the neutral zone. Given over. Noah Barr, a wrister. Ends up wide and around the boards, held in by Metro South. Sanderson on the wraparound, finds a man, loose in the slot. One more, and the one-timer fanned on by Noah Barr. Couple more seconds left here. Clock ticking down to 3, 2, one more chance. Shot not going to be fired, and it's a 3-1 win for Metro South. Fresh matchup with a fresh 12 on the clock. Atlantic East versus Atlantic West. Featuring the all-star players. Hold that thought. Opportunity right away. They score. Atlantic East getting things rolling. They're up 1-0 right off the face-off. Taking a look at the teams represented in the Atlantic Division: Stony Brook, Fairfield, Hofstra, Strong Island, Rutgers, Sacred Heart University, and Stevens Institute of Technology. Fairfield won their championship in this division, downing Rutgers 6-4 in the final score. And obviously both of those teams well represented. Zimmerman had it poked loose from his grasp. Skating in transition, an opportunity back the other way. Game leveled at 1. Couple of quick goals here in the Atlantic matchup. They've definitely been scoring more than what we've seen in the Metro. Matarazzo on the backhand pass. Van Aaron getting the goal there, his teammate. Matarazzo with it right now. Sent it up and taken in. Shot from the slot. Winds into the end boards. Pass out. Oh, almost to Campbell. Rutgers with the dark black, red chrome jerseys on right now. Rang off the post and in. Pretty shot to make it 2-1 for Atlantic West. Vorotnikov out there with Gerstein on the other side. Gerstein will challenge Sorkin, passing it towards the middle. Save made. Gerstein feeds it for a one-on-one. Shot misfired. Rimmed around the boards, and Gerstein will go back for it. Gerstein needs some help as he was knocked down by his teammate Vorotnikov. A little bit of a height difference there. Hold that thought. Shot airmailed into the end boards. Vorotnikov dishes, one-timer, they score! Speaking of Stony Brook University, the ACHA Division I team just claimed their title in the first ever year of the ACCHL, beating Syracuse 4-3, final in regulation. And Seawolves with a couple of hockey teams just like almost everyone here. Top right corner, that'll do. 4-1, the Wester pouring it on. .7:30 remaining. Quick turner, corned. Rutgers find it back. Turnover. It was almost close on the tape of McNamara. McNamara with a long reach, causing problems. Almost chopped that into the back of the net. McNamara, one of the most important, if not the most important player for Stevens. Go and find a much taller guy on the ice. Rutgers line comes back out. Michigan attempted by Campbell. Spiked off his stick. Got 5 Rutgers players on the ice right now. It's like a scrimmage for them. Zimmerman, middle, shot down low. He got stonewalled. Zimmerman, he'll go in all alone on the forehand. 5-hole, he scores. Campbell on the draw, giving it back to his defenseman. Drop pass to Campbell. He'll cross over into the neutral zone. Building speed across the blue line. Separates from the puck, tries to get back to it. Angled away by Matarazzo. Long shot off to the left side. Campbell looking for the poke check. Broken down low, wraparound attempt, had some life. Atlantic West lead the Atlantic East 4-2 right now in our 6th game of the day. Campbell brings it down, looking for the fancy finish. Didn't get enough sauce on the shot. Flying back the other way, a wrister. Stopped up. Matarazzo. He'll dice it at the goal line. Looking backdoor, what a save! Off the crossbar and down. Back to a 1-goal game. Sorkin looking for Vorotnikov on the other side. Vorotnikov loops, hits it, middle, backhand, they score. Van Aaron gets it done. Vorotnikov trying to burn with the speed. Twists back, hits it over to Van Aaron. He'll bring this past the blue line. Van Aaron, crisscross play. Curls on the circle. Has Sorkin in front of him. They'll trade places. Van Aaron turning the corner, but fanned on the shot. Gets it over to Vorotnikov. Vorotnikov left that one behind him, stripped away by Gerstein. Stony Brook on Stony Brook action right there. 2-on-0 down low, tipped 5-hole and in. Zimmerman passing it back into his own zone. McNamara with a man on the right side. The feed. Shot a little too high. Unag, Zimmerman, back to Zimmerman again. Couldn't get it to go. 2 minutes remain here in our 6th game. Net is empty once more. The Atlantic East looking to tie us up at 5. Munag over to Zimmerman again. Back up to the blue line. It's a 4-on-3 on the ice. Pass broken up. It will skim over to the perimeter. 90 seconds remain. Puck will go all the way down, and icing will be called. On the face-off, Atlantic East trying to set up. Empty net still on the other side. Battle along the near perimeter, and a long shot. Bullseye. Two-goal difference. They'll try to make it up. Matarazzo in the slot. Rebound over to the corner. Centering bid will be denied. Back out to the neutral zone. Campbell trying to put it on goal. Campbell with it again. The backhand. Flipped high into the air. Atlantic East might have numbers if they rush quickly. Pass over to the left side. One more onto the near post. Covered up. We'll get a whistle with 11 remaining. Puck at the blue line. One more shot. Off to the right, and that'll do it. Final score 6-4. Atlantic West take it. First semifinal underway. NJIT with a couple of representatives out for the Metro Division. WestCon, Sacred Heart University, St. Thomas Aquinas, Yeshiva, KP, and NY Maritime, the other Metropolitan Division representatives for the Atlantic Division. Stony Brook, Fairfield, Hofstra, Strong Island, Rutgers, Sacred Heart University, and Stevens Institute of Technology, obviously. The Metro South taking on the Atlantic West in our first semifinal, which means the Atlantic East will be taking on the Metro North in the second semifinal to determine which two teams are going to be playing in the final game of the day. As a quick shot from the All-Star Zone, going to go in. 1-0 lead for the Atlantic West. Campbell will come back for the face-off, 1 out. By the Metro South, they'll try to get numbers down low. Puck deflected below the goal line. Spun around the boards. 2 Yeshiva players on this line combination. Campbell will take it back. Here comes Campbell up the left side. Cuts past the blue line. Leaving off from Reiger, a shot. Save made by Pippo. Pippo spearing that one towards the perimeter again. Cross ice pass. Top right corner. Unbelievable. Rieger with that score, 9:30 to play in this semifinal number 1. Takeaway. Van Aaron in alone, looking for the 5-hole score. Closed up by Pippo. Cut out towards the middle. Vitti making that save. Leaves it for Vorotnikov. He'll angle around the cage. 2-0 lead in favor of Atlantic West. Van Aaron trying to get that puck back. He retrieves it at the goal line. Stops up. Cross ice. Hit off the boards. Sorkin has it. Skims it low. Gets it back from Vorotnikov. Backhand, forehand. Got tripped up and fell down. Pippo wanted none of it. Vorotnikov turned it over. Burgeon, shot, save made. Vitti got over to his right side. Sorkin looking for the pickpocket. Turns into a 2-on-1. Shot fired off the outside of the goal. Van Aaron called offside, so we'll get a pause and a face-off in the neutral zone now. The Fairfield plus McNamara line out there for the Atlantic West, who lead this game 2-0. Atlantic East will be taking on the Metro North. Potential breakaway here. McNamara trying to get back in transition. The shot off to the left side. Burgeon looking behind him. Couldn't hit to MCHC. Now it's sent all the way down. No icing. Pippo will have to play it himself. And that will go in. Another quick strike. The Atlantic West up 3-0. Right back for a between the legs shot. Pers. He'll glide ahead, trying to go past McNamara. Jousted aside by Vitti. Pers curls, walks it down, blocker save, rebound won't go. Played out now, Campbell in transition. He's all alone. Above the crossbar on the shot, half of this game gone by. It's still a 3-0 lead for the Atlantic West. Those 3 goals coming on 8 shots, all alone, and the shot will go off to the right side. Pers will take it back, trying to fire it up the ice. MCHC walks this left at the blue line. He'll cut down low, trying to fire it through the Rutgers line, not gonna go. Campbell in transition. Wild puck, has to settle it down. His team offsides, and they'll touch up. Pippo with another save. Puck brought into the offensive end, instantly taken back by the Atlantic West. Bird to try to get it out. He was sealed off along the boards. Now flipped out of the zone. Campbell will tie up at center ice. Taken by the Atlantic West and curled in. 4 minutes remaining here in the 7th game of the day. First semifinal between the Metro South and the Atlantic West. Poke check from Vorotnikov. Gives it over to Van Aaron. He comes streaking up the ice. Has Vorotnikov and Sorkin 3-on-1. Vorotnikov across Van Aaron. Rebound. Sorkin couldn't put it in. Sorkin will take it back along the boards. Sorkin to Van Aaron. Lifted it into the protective netting. Take a face-off with just over 3 minutes remaining. Vorotnikov all alone, shot into the belly of Pippo. Taken back by Vorotnikov, trying to find Sorkin. Sharp angle, he'll curl, feed it back to the slot. Van Aaron, he'll score. .230 to play. Pers, I don't know if he's going to be able to get his team to rally back in this one. Down by 5 to the Atlantic West. Sorkin, almost another doorstep opportunity. He'll punch it around the boards. Van Aaron fires it middle, just past Sorkin. Sent out to the neutral zone, flagged down by Vorotnikov. He'll enter back in, toe drag. Sorkin now with it. Has Van Aaron, his stick down into the paint. Sorkin spun it around the back of the net. 2 minutes to play here in the first semifinal. Puck brought up the ice. They'll need a miracle in order to win this one for the Atlantic West. Van Aaron across the blue line, trying to get it back. It's Sorkin down the slot. One more pass. It's in. Purrs rushing at McNamara, angled away from the puck. Chip and chase out of the zone now for the Atlantic West with under 60 seconds remaining. Pippo with one shot saved. Rebound fought for. Purrs will swipe it off to the corner. Turns around and now he has some open ice to work with. 16 shots for the Atlantic West, 6 goals as well. The number one team coming into the playoff section of today's All-Star game here on the LI Sports Network. Metro North versus Atlantic East coming up next. The Atlantic has been running things so far today. 15 seconds left. And the clock will be run out here between the Atlantic West and the Metro South. A dominant 7-0 win. Semifinal number 2, Atlantic East versus Metro North. The Atlantic teams have been taking everything so far. Let's see if Metro North can get a representative into the All-Star final as well. Rush down the ice for the Atlantic. Backdoor feed, not going to go on target for Gerstein. They'll hold it in the offensive end. Curling up high at the blue line. Taken away now. Good stick work by Ryan. He'll rush ahead one-on-one with Gerstein. Dicing it up on the forehand, feeds it over. McLeod, he'll score! Fritas on the assist there. Puck would be punched around. Takeaway, Matarazzo brings this in. Matarazzo a shot, fired it wide over to the right. Couple minutes gone by already. The Metro North leading it 1-0. Official scoreboard here at American Dream shows the Atlantic East, but I believe that is a mistake. It's the Atlantic East in the light jersey. Zimmerman shot, 5-hole rebound, nothing going. Clayton bringing it up, he'll dump in. 9 minutes remain. Stretch pass. Zimmerman one-on-one. Shot. Save made. Vitti got all of that one. On the second round, Zimmerman scores. Puck brought ahead. It's the Rutgers line out there again. Shot save made. Ryan has the rebounds. He'll start gliding forward. Ryan with the earlier goal. Or earlier assist, excuse me. Nudag with the chance on the backhand. Not going to get that one past Vitti. McLeod, who did have the goal, assisted by his teammate Ryan. Or curl around, gets it right back, enters in. Ryan was behind McLeod there for the pass. Instead, McLeod took the shot. 5:48 remaining here in the second semifinal, tied at 1 between the Metro North and the Atlantic East. A centering feed. McLeod got back in transition. Atlantic denied back into the neutral zone. Another good save by Vitti, and we'll get a face-off off of it. Here comes the Metro. Federer shot. Ricocheted over to his teammates. Taken back by Gertzine. He'll turn it over. Federer in all alone. Backhander. Hit a couple of posts, but he scored. Another chance. Forehand, backhand dish didn't go. Pass up to the slot. The Metro leading this thing 2-1. Atlantic East looking for the comeback. Here comes Noah Barr. On the blast, wide over to the right side. Turned over now to Matarazzo. He'll look to skate. Giving it off to his left. Shot save made. Matarazzo couldn't get to the loose puck. Barr, let's see what you got. Forehand shot, he scores! Barr looking to do it again. Sharp angle shot, parried below the net. Zimmerman will settle things down. His team down by 2 in the semifinal. Zimmerman lulling the defense to sleep and looking for the backhand shot in the paint. No good. Barr takes the outlet right away. He's got some room to work with. Barr on the forehand, sends it behind him. Sanderson poked away by Zimmerman. Sanderson shifts past him. Still holding on to it. Has Clayton up top. Now Barr, backhand shut down. Zimmerman off for Sanderson instead. Sanderson down to the goal line. Has Barr in the middle. Has to get free in the corner. Sanderson off to Clayton. Clayton and Barr down low, shot off the mask, and it's saved. Who said a duck can't save a puck? Back to the other side. Sanderson with the loose change, turns it over, gets his stick back in front, no opportunity created. Too many men on the ice right now as well. There's 4 out there for the Atlantic East, but we're still playing on. Shot off to the right side. Gerstein back to the middle. Shot 5-hole, save made by Vitti. Still 4 men on the ice. No one's noticed it. Vitti. Still no one's noticed the 4 men on the ice. Pass off to the right. 55 seconds remaining. Shot behind the cage. Now the goalie will be pulled, so now you're allowed to have 4 on the ice. Eventually was sorted out. Empty net on one side. The Atlantic East. 4 skaters activated, looking for the 2-goal comeback. Quick shot, save made by Vitti. The big rebound, his defense helped him out on it. Ryan down low, pass over, Matarazzo couldn't put it on target. 20 seconds left. Shot save made by Vitti. McLeod has the rebound, sends it all the way down the ice, just off to the right side. Clock will pause at 6 seconds, but I think this one is out of reach for the Atlantic East. Looks like the Metro North will be headed on to the finals to play the Atlantic West to determine the winner of the All-Star game here on the LI Sports Network. Clock starting again. Zimmerman, a one-time blast. Couldn't find it through, and that'll do. The Metro North with a 3-1 win. 10-minute running clock here in the finals. It's going to be the Atlantic West versus the Metro North to determine the champions of the All-Star game. McLeod starting it off, missed his shot off on the right side. McLeod takes it back, has a man at the point. He'll skate there himself, slides it across the blue line. Feder breaking it down. McNamara, good stick work. Poked it away for a second, so Feder has to reset. Here's Ryan. His saucer does get to open space. McLeod will corral it there. Looking to pass it down the wall to Ryan. Back to McLeod. McNamara in front of him. Tipped in front. They score. What a goal to start it off for the Metro North. They're up 1-0 in the finals. Back for another face-off. Sorkin. He's got lots of speed. Tucks below the goal line. Good edge work for Sorkin. Hands it off Van Aaron. Over for Vorotnikov. This is Sorkin in the high slot. Vorotnikov again, their teammates on Stony Brook. Vorotnikov, forehand, trying to walk this pass, looking for Van Aaron, slides it to him, the shot missed over to the left. Vorotnikov to Sorkin again. Dips below the blue line, trying to invert up top, he was angled away. Now finds Van Aaron in close, couldn't get the stick work to the back of the net. Clock continues to tick, Metro North with a 1-0 lead. Centering feed won't go past Van Aaron. Now Sorkin activated on the perimeter battle. Neither of them can win it. Noah Barr coming on. After the change, he's got some fresh legs. Vorotnikov will send it down. No icing. Sorkin. He'll loop. Looking towards the blue line. Looks like we'll get the Rutgers line out onto the ice. Here's Van Aaron. Goes off for the last change. Campbell, the last man on. Between the legs, shot attempted. Clayton was there to step in front of it. Back the other way. Here comes Barr, streaking in. Shot above the crossbar. Karam's off the end boards and twists around. It will be held alive. Barr down low again. Backhand shot no good. Third opportunity. Couldn't hit the pass to Sanderson. He'll corral it out of the air. Sanderson lost it in his skates. It's into the neutral zone, and Campbell has the opportunity to take it. Campbell skating it forward. Turned it over back for Sanderson. Outlet pass up the ice. Opportunity to put one on net. They score. Metro North up 2-0 in the finals. Five-hole. That's a third. Atlantic West trying to find something here, down by 3 goals. 5:55 to play in the finals. McNamara, he's open. A shot parried away by Vitti on the blocker. Rebound goes over to the perimeter. In the high slot, spun over. That shot missed wide left. Good shift so far for the Atlantic West. Getting some shots as well. They only have 2 of those so far. And that'll go in. Tipped out in front, I think, by McNamara. McNamara with the goal makes it a conversation for the Atlantic West. Van Aaron trying to tip around Ryan. Brings it past the blue line. Poked off his stick. He'll have to recover in the neutral zone. Slides the pass right for Vorotnikov. He dices through. Vorotnikov rolls it middle, intercepted. Feder will take the opportunity to rush ahead. Poked away, Vorotnikov. 2-on-2 past the blue line. Has Sorkin with him. Trying to work on the Sacred Heart trio. The save was made by Vitti. Outlet to Feder. Whipped across. McLeod against Van Aaron. McLeod through the stick of Van Aaron. It was angled away to the corner. Somehow hits that to Ryan too hard. Wasn't able to control it so well. 3-1 the score. The Metro North on top. Atlantic West trying to rally. Van Aaron, sharp angle, no good. Has Campbell in the middle. Sorkin behind the feed. Went through the feet of Campbell. He'll hustle back down. 4 minutes remain. Campbell couldn't get that one to go just by an inch as it dribbled through Vitti. Two-on-one developing. The Rutgers line, what do they have? Missed on the opportunity. Still have possession though. Campbell high slot. Rolling. Looking to deal. Hit it off a skate blade and swiped out of the zone. The Metro North with 3 goals on 5 shots. Campbell on the takeaway. 2-on-1. Campbell rolls middle. Shot, one-timer and in. Rieger with the goal. Only 1 tally is the difference. Vitti with a save down low. The Metro North trying to take it back. Saucer feed to the middle. Shot glances wide. Back up to the blue line. McNamara finds a man down low. Net is empty on the other end. Shot off the pad of Vitti. Taken back by the Atlantic West. Sorkin in the high slot looking for a tip. Couldn't find it. Ricochets off the end board. Kevin McNamara fumbled it off his skate blade. Trying to hold the puck in the zone. He has a long reach trying to use it. Outlet to Sanderson. Angling it towards the empty net. He'll score. Two goals, once again, the difference. The Atlantic West gonna have to find it here. Pass towards the middle. Wouldn't go over to Vorotnikov. Dish back out to the slot. This puck rolling, it looks good. Missed wide. Icing will be called. Clock still ticking. Vorotnikov gonna need a face-off win here. Has Sorkin lining up behind him. Good tie-up by Clayton, and the puck goes 3. In the neutral zone, Sorkin rolls it past. Sorkin to the middle, backhand, rebound. Vorotnikov couldn't get it in. Back out for a one-timer. They score. Net is still empty. Van Aaron put it on the Jets past the blue line with Sorkin. Here's Sorkin, put it high. Rebound still in for the Atlantic West. They need a goal here. Campbell in the slot, blocker save by Vitti. Under 10 seconds to play. Puck comes out of the zone, and that might do it. Van Aaron turning around, slap shot from the neutral zone. Snuffed out by Vitti. And the Metro North will take it 4-3 here on the LI Sports Network.